What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and today we gotta talk about the most important part of Fortnite. Not the actual game itself, not going ahead and being able to make sure you're able to properly play everything. No, instead, the most important part of Fortnite is the item shop. I mean, you know, it's the main thing everyone needs when they're playing the game, right? You don't want to be able to do quests and level up. You don't want to complete your battle pass. You just want to buy some cosmetics in the item shop. Now, of course, I don't care if you buy cosmetics in the shop. I mean, if you look right here, I literally own absolutely everything in the shop. However, I think that the OG shop is a terrible idea, and I just don't like it at all, right? Now, I know that is a little bit of a controversial thing, you know, it goes into the whole entire topic of OG stuff. I made a video recently talking about if I think the OG map should stay or not, and while I'm completely fine with ever, you know, if it stays, if it doesn't, the item shop design, I'm not fine with, right? Because if, in my personal opinion, I don't think we should have ever done this small shop for the OG item shop or whatever else, because it isn't even really OG, right? I mean, if we look here, today alone we got 3 brand new emotes in the game. We have a cosmetic that released in Chapter 4 Season 1. Over here, you know, we have some Chapter 2 cosmetics with some Season X and Season 3 cosmetics as well. We have some cosmetics over here that are Chapter 2 mixed with like Season 9, Season 3, all that type of stuff. If they really wanted to do an OG shop, I think they should have just gone ahead, not encrypted any icon emotes or anything to release in the shop or whatever else. I mean, also, these two are bugged because they don't have the icon background on them, but they also should have released some old Chapter 1 cosmetics only if they really wanted to restrict themselves to this OG item shop idea. Now, of course, they can hotfix this whenever they want, and they can go ahead and decide, yeah, you know what, guys, we're going to go ahead and give you a giant shop once again. They can do that if they really wanted to, but I don't think they're going to. Another issue I have is how they've been selling bundles in the shop, right? I don't know if you guys remember, but back in Chapter 1, back when we actually had a small shop, one of the features that was kind of used later down the line was being able to have multiple products stacked in a single slot, right? So they could have put the bundle here, especially since, you know, over here they're trying to use static images, and I don't know what happened here, right? The whole entire idea of the OG shop was to make it so the images weren't rotating through the new system, but for some reason, Hannah just managed to slide into the shop with the rotation system in place, so who knows what's happening right there, right? That's a little bit of an oddity to see, but typically when it came to bundles or whatever, if they really wanted to, they could put like item 1 of 3 or something, right? They could go ahead and do the bundle, and then in that exact same slot, they can make it so, you know, there's a cosmetic underneath it or whatever that would go ahead and be one of the skins, and then another skin, etc., instead of having it just be the bundle and nothing else, right? It's one of the things that I'm surprised they haven't done in order to still keep a one-page shop like they want to have, while also being able to still sell a bundle and the non-bundled version of the cosmetics. Now, I know in one way, you know, if they only sell the bundle, then that's good for people who return to the game who haven't played in years, because they're going to see it and they're like, oh, I like one of the skins from it, and they're going to buy the entire bundle instead of just buying a single skin. And there's a lot more modern skins that are really cool compared to what released back in Chapter 1. I mean, even Hannah, right? That is a skin that, in my personal opinion, looks absolutely awesome, right? All the different color options and everything else. This is a skin that would not have been possible back in Chapter 1 just because of how different everything was handled back then. So, you know, seeing that skin in the item shop is definitely something that would hype up some people to buy it, especially with the glider as well. And it's interesting to see how they're not even selling the bundle version of Hannah, right? They're just selling the glider and the outfit, which just feels a little odd. And it just brings up the whole entire issue I have with the item shop, where everything just feels odd about it, right? They're trying to be an OG shop, but at the same time, they don't know how to do the OG shop system properly. And I mean, even in the past, right? Even when they were working on the OG shop, we were supposed to get collaboration shops in it, where the whole entire shop for one day was just going to be collab, where for one day it would just be Rick and Morty. The next day it would just be the Nike Air Max collaboration. And it's something that would have been odd. And they ended up changing it last minute. I don't even know if we're going to be getting the Rick and Morty bundle in the OG shop or whatever, or if we're going to be getting the Nike Air Max cosmetics returning in the OG shop, but they plan to have it so for one entire day, 24 hours, you only had Rick and Morty in the shop. You wanted Morty? You can go ahead and get that, but you want something else that's not Morty? My apologies, that's not there, my friend. And that's not even where my concerns end with everything, right? Because, you know, we have some cool little emotes here and there you're able to use and everything, like this one right here, which is the Catling Gun, introduced in Chapter Fortnite OG, Season Fortnite OG, even though Chapter 4 Season 5 according to the files. It is something that is very interesting to see. You know, all these little emotes and stuff, right? We got a lot of stuff releasing. I can't play 3 of these because they're copyrighted audio, but it's nice to see how we are still getting some new cosmetics releasing that you can joke about in the future, being like, oh yeah, this is technically an OG cosmetic in the sense of the way, or whatever else. But another issue I have with the shop is how they're advertising it, right? Ever since Fortnite OG started, they're like, hey, the item shop fully changes every 24 hours, and they worded it in a way in their blog post where a lot of people over on Twitter, over on, you know, everywhere else that can message me or whatnot, have been asking me, FireMonkey, does this mean that my cosmetics are never going to return, such as Raven Team Leader, such as the Catling Gun, because they are like, it's limited time, only 24 hours, and then it's gone. And while yes, it's limited time, no, it is not rare where it's never returning ever again. That would be dumb for them to do that, and they've even confirmed on the Fortnite status Twitter account themselves that when it comes to the brand new cosmetics, I mean, even if we go to the locker right here, go to recent, when it comes to cosmetics like 11, even though, you know, Stranger Things is a little bit of an odd area where it's like it also depends on Netflix and everything for that, but when it comes to stuff like the Diller skin, you know, the whole entire bundle, Raven Team Leader and that whole entire bundle, those cosmetics can return in the future. However, they're playing it off during Fortnite OG where they don't return after they leave the item shop during this period of time when we have the OG pass system in place, right? While we have the one-page shop, everything is 24 hours, but once Chapter 5 starts, anything that was released in this season can release in future seasons, right? You don't have to worry about it being exclusive to the way where you never got it. And if you're someone, for example, who wanted Raven Team Leader's pickaxes, but you didn't want to buy Raven Team Leader or something, you know, these pickaxes right here, that is something that's going to be more added, like, you know, they're going to give you the non-bundled version of cosmetics that you're able to purchase once we go in Chapter 5, and once they stop this weird system of, here's the bundle only, but, you know, all the cosmetics, they already have shop offers if you want to buy them individually. We're not going to tell you that, though. We're not going to show you that. You got to look at leakers for that one. It's just a super weird thing, because, like, the non-bundled version of Raven Team Leader, for example, literally exists. It's in the files. They can use it, but they're all going full force with this whole entire small one-page item shop theme, and I think it's definitely a bad idea. I mean, especially with all the talks about, you know, Epic Games and money and stuff, it is something where it's like, you would think they want a big shop so then go ahead and shove a million cosmetics in the face of new players, so they can be like, oh, we got Marvel, oh, we got DC, oh, we got this collab, that collab, we got all these original skins, look at all these bundles, so that the OG players who returned after so long could spend a ton of V-Bucks. Now, one last concern I have about the shop, and one thing I absolutely kind of just cringe about a little bit, to be honest, is something that's a little bit smaller of an issue, you know, nothing too crazy, but you may notice whenever I'm hovering over these, right, they have a little bit of a nice shine that we haven't seen before. I mean, even if we go over here and hover over the newsfeed, which, you know, my webcam's kind of covering right now, this has that exact same shine, right? And the thing about it is, this isn't the OG shop. This isn't even the shop we're used to, codenamed Kataba. This is the brand new shop design that we've talked about before in previous videos and kind of showcased to you guys that is being enabled. The new shop design is enabled right now, and you can kind of see it by all this stuff. However, it's very solidified in a weirder spot where some of the features are removed, right? Like having the tabs on the left side that you're able to click on, that's removed because it's a single page shop. Hovering over a cosmetic and it's showing up on the right side so you can actually preview it without actually clicking on the cosmetic, that's not here because it's a single page OG shop, but they have everything set up and they've already released the brand new item shop design to us by restricting it to only one tab, so we only get to see like 10% of what the item shop's potential actually even is, which is just goofy to me, right? It's like, hey guys, we're working on a massive UI redesign. Look at this, the play tab's redesigned, Discovery's redesigned, your locker is getting a redesign. That actually is a thing that's been leaked recently. Maybe I'll make a video on it. But we're also going to redesign the item shop and restrict it so you can't really even tell from the average eye that this is fully redesigned and this is what the future of the item shop is even going to look like, which is just funny to me in some ways, right? It's just weird to see how they're doing it, but of course once Chapter 5 starts, then you guys will be able to properly see what the item shop is supposed to look like. Now, of course, this is just kind of another one of those old man yells at clouds moments because I'm just becoming a boomer of the Fortnite world because I've been playing ever since Chapter 1 and I've never really quit the game. I've only taken, you know, breaks from not playing for like a month or two, sure, but at the same time, it is something that, you know, I want to talk about because I feel there's a lot of people who might share the same sentiment as me, where I feel that they should have just not done the OG shop design, right? And they can hotfix it whenever they want to make it a big shop, right? They have the option just to type in the files or whatever, you know, push out a hotfix. It's like Rufus one-page shop B equals false or something like that. I forget the exact naming of it or whatever, but they have a hotfixable value where they could just give us a massive shop right now if they really wanted to, and it's something that I don't think they're going to do, right? I think that they're full set on doing this one-page shop all the way to the end of Fortnite OG, and I mean, you know, whatever, right? At the end of the day, I just am at a situation where it's like, because we don't have a massive shop, I don't even really care to look in here, right? You know, if I hear that there's a new emote, maybe I'll look in there. If I hear there's something new, maybe I'll look. But for the most part, every single shop, I'm just like, nah, I don't really care too much, right? But then again, that also is the downside of me going in my locker and realizing that I have 1,613 skins. So maybe I'm the problem at the end of the day. Until next time, however, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video, and I'll catch you guys next time with another upload. Peace out.